Hey, hello, and welcome. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of the Getting to Clarity show. Today, we are talking about healthy boundaries at work to avoid burnout. You know, we all know the feeling of being overwhelmed at work, right? We've taken on too much. We're juggling a million different tasks, maybe projects, and we're trying to keep our head above water. That's the only focus. Keep our nose above water, right? But we are more than our jobs, and work isn't all that we are, even if we love what we do. And I love what I do. There is more than just working, and healthy work boundaries allow us to protect our time, our energy, and our purpose, while also ensuring that we are fulfilled as possible. More fulfillment, anyone? Yes. Having distinct boundaries doesn't mean that we will not think of work when we are at home, or that we will not think of personal issues while we're at work. We don't have switches in our heads that can turn that on and off, especially when we've got a lot going on in our lives. Instead, boundaries support us to set aside dedicated time. We know when we work, and it's separate dedicated time to we know when we recharge. Okay. When this happens, there should be a strong mental shift. Okay. A significant reduction in business thinking when we're on recharge time, and an understanding that we're done for the day. So we tell ourselves literally, we're done for the day. If we don't do this, if we don't have these boundaries, we can find ourselves on the road to burnout. No bueno. So what are healthy boundaries? Simply put, healthy boundaries are the limits that we set externally, okay, external to us. They are also the internal agreements we make with ourselves so that we don't get lost in our priorities. Finally, they're the structure, okay? We put some structure that helps us to avoid burnout by ensuring that we're not taking on too much and that we have the self-respect that we deserve. Because if we make an internal agreement with ourselves and we break it, then we're disrespecting ourselves, okay? But by setting healthy boundaries, it helps us to avoid doing that. So setting healthy boundaries can be difficult, though. I know I've tried and haven't succeeded all of the time. I'm better now. Especially if you're used to putting everyone else in front of you. If you put all the others, their needs in front of you, then that can be a problem. So if you need to put these types of boundaries in place, it's probably, if you're feeling this is for you, it's been a long time coming, but it's critical if you want what's best for you and your career. So it doesn't happen overnight. Practice makes permanent, okay? But let's get started. So here are some tips to help you start this practice of setting healthy boundaries. This is a work in progress. Number one, set limits on your time, okay? One of the best ways to set a healthy boundary at work is to limit any amount of time you're willing to spend on any given task, any given project, or even at work on a particular day. This might mean saying no to extra projects and not letting yourself be pulled into unnecessary things. So putting a boundary around meetings or people who tap into your time. It can also mean setting a hard stop on when you leave work for the day, even if there's still more to be done. There is always going to be more to be done. Your mental and physical health are more important than anything else. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself first, okay? Tip number two, identify your non-negotiables. Every work decision that we make has consequences and compromises. For example, if we are asked to work overtime, there's a trade-off somewhere else because we can't be in two places at once, right? We may not have thought, though, about what we're giving up if we don't know the trade-off. So start by having a list of non-negotiables. These are the line in the sand for you. So for example, if we agree to extra hours, what are we saying no to? What are we saying yes to instead? So on your list of non-negotiables might be that you don't want to miss a parent-teacher meeting. Like that is something you have to attend. It might mean that you go to the baseball games or another event. It might be that when your kids are sick, you are with your kids, okay? It's possible that exercise is a priority for you and that there's a routine tennis match. That's great that you're going to protect. Maybe it's a social group that you don't want to give up. That's okay. You get to say what's non-negotiable for you. Number three, simple but profound. Take breaks. In today's 24/7 world, it can be really hard to step away and take a break, like an actual break, okay? Like an actual vacation or a weekend away. But it's important to do this. We have to disconnect in order to avoid becoming run down. Breaks like that give you time to recharge and time to come back to work refreshed and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. As long as you've truly disconnected, you return with new perspectives and possibly new solutions, because you don't create a solution where you're at. You've got to go someplace different to find it. Otherwise, you would have thought of it already. So making sure that you're taking regular breaks at work too, throughout the day. Even if it's just a few minutes, that can be a game changer. Step away from your desk, do a loop around the building, take a walk outside, or maybe just close your eyes and breathe, okay? Getting outside the building for lunch, even if that building is your own home, that can do wonders for your mental health as well. Tip number 4, set boundaries with technology. Do you feel like you're always tied to your devices? If so, that's probably because you are. In our always connected world, it's easy to feel like we're on or have to be on 24/7, but that's not true, first. And it's not healthy for anyone involved. If you want to set healthier boundaries at work, make sure that you're not accessible all of the time. Turn off your phone after hours. Don't check your email first thing in the morning. Give yourself each time during the day where you're completely disconnected. Maybe you're setting an intention for the day. You have some quiet time. Tip number 5 is make self-care a priority, like schedule it. It's important to our mental and physical health, and yet it's the first thing to go when we're feeling overwhelmed. If you want to set better boundaries at work and set a better example for the people that you lead, then make sure that you're taking time for yourself outside of the office. You have a personal life and a professional life, but you're one person. So you have to see yourself as a whole person so that you make the best decisions for yourself moving forward. Now, this might mean going for a walk during your lunch hour, walking meetings, taking a yoga class after work, taking a break. Maybe it's simply making time every day to do something that you enjoy. What brings you joy? And if you don't know, that's a sign. You can start there. Whatever it is, make sure that you're carving some time out for yourself on a regular basis, not occasionally. That's not effective. If you're feeling run down and feeling like you can't keep up the pace, it might be the time for you to make some boundaries at work. It can be tough to do. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's worth it in the long run. So I hope these tips give you a place to start. And if you would share with me, which one are you going to start first? Which one resonated with you the most that you're willing to make this declaration for yourself and do something different? So until the next time, here is wishing you all the clarity and the boundaries that you deserve. Oh, and if you are curious about what your next steps, next level, or next chapter might be in your leadership and life, then grab your free copy of the Clarity Workbook. It is designed to help you uncover your answers about how to get to the next level in your leadership and life. Head to clarityworkbook.com and get your free copy today. So until the next time, here is again wishing you all the clarity you deserve. Bye-bye for now. Take care.